globalization is a problem of development, and we related it for free market during the period of 21st century. The first we make introduction about some definition before we started in globalization. First, capitalism and socialism. Capitalism is economic system wherein economic decisions are made by private sector through marketplace, and the means of production are owned by private sector. However, capitalism is economic system wherein economic decisions are made by government or by public sector, and the means of production are owned by public sector or government. Major region of the world in capitalism: Western industrialized world, formerly socialist industrialist world, USSR, less developed world, Western industrial world are industrialized capitalist countries of the world. But and example, United States, China, most of Western Europe. This is the Western industrialized world. However, socialism, industrialized socialist countries of Eastern Europe. Example, former Soviet Union, USSR, and much of rest of Eastern and Central Europe. Less developed countries or world or developing countries, less developed countries of the world. Example, Africa, Asia, and Latin America. Western industrial world and economic growth. Many large democrats of Western industrial world have taken on conservative philosophy that has resulted in restricted government, and the role of the government is very little involvement in their economic and more focus on free market and the private sector. Domestic social programs have declined economic growth, driving this country in new century. And the table for economic growth in Austria, Belgium, in table 1. Effect of supply side policy on macroeconomic. When supply side increased, moved from AS to ES dash, and when supply increased, the price decreased from B to B dash, and the GDP increased from GDP to GDP dash, and this is in figure 1. And if we give another indicator like production possibilities with economic growth, production possibility curve shows alternative combination of maximum amount of output or production that the economy can produce if all of its resources and the technology are completely and efficiently used. Economy can achieve higher level of production if production possibility curve shift outward or up over time. Factors that cause outward or shift in production possibility include increase in quantity of resources or quality of society resources or improvement in technology. يبقى production possibility shift up or outward because of increased resources or discover new technology or improvement. Factory for generate sustained expansion of output, that is this called when production possibility shift outward, and this is causes economic growth. Policies to achieve economic growth. 4 factors contribute to economic growth. 1. Increase in capital, machinery. Improvement in technology or discover new technology. Improvement in labor productivity. Decrease in unnecessary regulation like routine. An increase in capital. The first factor, economic growth can happen if there is sustained meaning continuously increase in quantity of physical capital, that is increase in nation stock of factories, equipment, machinery, and so on. Increase in capital made possible by increased investment. But if we need increase in capital, we must increase investment. And the investment made possibly by saving. Saving lead to investment lead to increase in a capital. Either private saving or household, family and business, or public saving through government taxes. But the way for saving, private saving by family or household, business or firm, public saving through our government saving through government taxes. At saving rate, total saving rate divided by gross domestic product, GDP, and table 2 give example saving rate on the Western industrialized countries during period 2004. Austria, Belgium, Canada, Denmark, and United States and America. Increasing the saving rates through supply side policy. Enormous or many effort and proposal idea made to increase nation saving rates through supply side policy. Supply side meaning production. Effort and the proposal aim to increase incentive for household or family and the business or firm to save and invest. And this give example of laws in America, like in 1981 tax law, accelerate tax write-off and the new involvement by business. capital gains tax on and repeated proposal for consumption tax, and this is increased public saving. Second factor for growth, labor productivity, and we must make an improvement in labor productivity. What does mean by labor productivity? Total output or production per average work hour, calculated or measured as GDP divided by number of work hours. I mean, this is labor productivity in hours. Hang on type and the amount of capital and technology used in conjunction with labor. And capital help to increase labor productivity. Also depend on human capital and investment in and increase the skills of labor, and this is called human capital. Improve in technology, the third factor for growth. Technology advanced on depend on research and development, and this is called RD. Number and table 3 give number of research in research and development per million population in top 7 countries like Finland, Sweden, Japan, Denmark, Singapore, Norway, United States. And this table shows the number of expenditure on technology in 10 top countries. Research and development, called RD, government policies can use to encourage research and development. RD is the source of new technology. Government can increase university funding available for research and offer tax break for business that engage or help in research and development. Government can provide patent protection to developer of a new product, and this like quotas or protection. Patent government grant or patent. What does patent meaning? Patent meaning government grant of exclusive right to use or sell new technology or product for period of time. Information and technology. Now, here has technology advance been more prominent than in the area of computer, and the number of personal computer and the number of internet user in countries like Austria, Canada, Denmark, Australia, Finland, and the United States. This appear in table 4. The fourth factor for growth, routine. Decrease routine and regulation and laws. Government regulate business in variety of ways, include protection of consumer or pharmaceuticals, foods, and manufactured goods, safeguard of worker in industry, protection of environment. In light of recent leased by unsafe tires and certain pharmaceutical drug and necessary for wisely developed government regulation is clear. And this regulation for protection consumer from drug, safeguard of worker in industry, protection of environment. This may government to interfere and give routine or laws. On the other hand, unwise and unnecessary regulation merely increase business cost and decrease output. Problem in recognize which regulations are harmful and which are beneficial. Uh, 21st century market-oriented growth policies of Western industrialized world likely to persist for at least near future. However, may be cycle movement of philosophy from restricted government role to expanded government role and back again as the justification with drawback of either extreme become evident. Former socialist industrial world economic transition in USSR and Eastern Europe, former socialist economics of Eastern and Central Europe now undergoing economic transition toward capitalism. There were transfer from socialism to capitalism. Transition has achieved a bright level of success as evidenced by diverse economic growth rate. Most prominent elements of transition to capitalism have been movement toward market determined price and the process of privatization. The opposite of privatization is nationalization, as well as development of entrepreneurship. And the economic growth rate in different countries